Hello, here for another Pauper Tron video. I have made the changes I talked about since my last video. So I didn't really like the generous ent, so I had cut the two of those in favor of +1 expedition map, +1 impulse. The main reason I did so is it lets me swap out the blue-green taplands for thriving isles, as well as running significantly more basic islands compared to running a basic forest and stuff like that. The reason I want to do this change is because post-board a lot of the time, got a lot of red cards that you really need to cast, and people are targeting your mana rocks like Prophetic Prism and Ornament and all that. You're just not going to get them on the table, but so these red blasts rot in your hand and you can't fight effectively and you die. Tron ideally doesn't have to worry about the Prism. If they spend the resources on it, you have the option to just hit your land drop and power through that way, so they're expending a valuable counter on your rocks that you don't need. But in the generous ent build, you needed those rocks. You kind of died without them. You couldn't cast your cards. It was awkward. Hoping this build feels a little bit better. I wasn't too happy with the last one. In addition, I cut one of the Cave of Temptations for another basic island. I do like the untapped, especially if I'm playing more impulses. I want to be able to cast them on 2 if I can. My only concern is kill time. It might be a little rough, but I do have the triple impulse to hopefully find that kill a little bit more consistent. Sideboard, I made no changes. I might. So the crop rotation is a little bit worse now that I don't have access to two generous ents to be searching up that green more consistently in the sideboard. But land destruction and spy are still decks that I want to respect. And I don't know what I would run over crop rotation. I had saw someone mention Una's Grace once for Spy, but I can't imagine me playing that in any other matchup ever. So unless it gets a little bit more prevalent, I'd be surprised if I play something like that. Let's get right into it. I don't know what my video uploading schedule is going to look like. I'm just playing for fun and recording what I'm playing. I'm going to upload every single league I play if I can. I can't promise I'm going to be able to open mic talk like this for every single one. I do have a pet cockatiel these days. It's just he happens to be taking a nap right now. I'm probably 1 league a day if I can, and then the challenges. My work schedule is, I work retail. I own a retail store these days. So I don't have a consistent schedule. I will upload what challenges I can play. I gotta look into the logistics of that. Since it's not as easy as hopping into the league, pressing record, and playing the full thing in one sitting, I've gotta splice the videos. While we are waiting on an opponent, Fiery Cannonade is probably the card I'm currently considering the most between main deck and sideboard. Currently, if I were to put it main board, I'd cut a Stonehorn Dignitary. And I think I just value a full fog a little bit more than a removal spell. This hand's alright. It's got 2 out of 3 Tron pieces. It's got a counterspell. It's got Bonder's Ornament. Turn 1 island, huh? To ponder. Could be a few things. Makes me think it's more likely one of the slower blue builds rather than the fairy build if they're leading on a cantrip rather than a fairy. But, who knows, sometimes they do keep these weird hands that are full of like a bunch of spell stutter sprites and stuff like that. Just want to set up their hand a little bit better and hold up counterspell and stuff on turn 2. Really tanking on this ponder. And they know I'm Tron because who else plays a Thriving Isle turn 1? My username. I don't know if my username is quite as known anymore about if you're facing it, you're facing Tron, but declines to shuffle. Wonder if it was just a little land light. That's a really nice draw. I can be pretty patient here. But do I have to be patient? I think I'm just going to play Ornament here. If he counters it, that's fine. And if he doesn't, I have an Ornament, and that's great. Because I also want to push through Compulsive Research and Crop Rotation. There's too many spells that I need to resolve. Just sit and go, land, go. So it's easier to power through his counter spells because they're limited than to sit there and try and hit my land drops when I'm too far away from Tron. Abandon Attachments. Discarding Snuff Out. Oh, this is the blue-black deck with Sneaky Snacker and stuff. I don't have a whole lot of experience against this one. And I do have a lot of experience against blue-black in the past, just not with Snacker and all that stuff. Cave of Temptation is probably going to be pretty fantastic. I was considering discarding it to the Compulsive, but now I'm leaning closer to keeping it and discarding the Island. Just because pumping up a Muldrifter is pretty great. Now's a great turn to resolve spells. Ooh, that's awesome. Yeah, we're going for this. We have the Prohibit if he happens to be on the spells, but I'd be surprised, yeah. Grab the tower, and then we are going to play this Compulsive Research. Extremely great turn. We're going to play Expedition Map. I guess I don't need to crack it right away. Odds are I'm grabbing Bojuka Bog. Slow him down a little bit, so that way I can sit here and draw off my Ornament more. It depends what he plays, though. Because he can play his 5/5s here, which is pretty spooky. And if that's the case, I don't have time to play a Bog. I want to play my colored lands that are a bit more effective and are going to let me effectively combat his bullshit. Ooh, Double Terror. Triple 5/5. Alright, we're now in we're in trouble. I have no bodies, so I can't really do a whole lot. But one Muldrifter, one Fog, and we're sitting pretty. So let's go ahead and grab another Urza's Tower then, is my current assumption, or a basic island. We'll grab a basic island, actually. That's awesome. I'm going to cast this now, I think. No, I can wait. I will pass the turn. And I'm going to cast it and flash it back on his end step. Or I'll fight over it, depending on what he does here. But this is going to let me grab Fog, and then probably flash it back for another Teachings. I'll grab Fog on the first half, though, for sure. Go to 5. Youch. Yeah, grab the Moments piece on this one because I really don't want to miss it, and then I will flash it back likely for an additional Teachings. Actually, I'm just going to draw a card. I don't need to flash it back. Play the Prism. That's a pretty great draw. I'm going to pass the turn. And then I will fight on his upkeep. I can beat double counterspell. I'm not too worried about that. not really worried about them filling their graveyard anymore. After they got the initial set of 5/5s, I'm fogging this game out, so. Cool. In this scenario, I am going to flashback Teachings because I have the mana to cast an additional Teachings afterwards, so it's plus 2 cards, in a sense. I'll fight over it if he decides to fight back. Likely with Prohibit, I want to respect Spell Pierce if I can. I haven't seen him mill any, so it's unlikely he has them because he's had chances to brainstorm them away. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Grab another Teachings. I don't care if this one gets Spell Pierced, but... Pretty surprised he kept them on top, given everything. But that's alright. I have Wall. Should have played the island first. This was a little silly. Doesn't matter, though. Cool. And with the upkeep fog. Cool. I will flashback this Teachings on his end step. I think I'm going to go for a Ghostly Flicker and evoke my Drifter and flicker it for a bunch of cards. Now that I know he's on Force Spike, I'm a little less likely to want to fight over this. I'm just going to pay for this happily. If he wants to spend 2 cards to counter my flashback Teachings, that's okay. Odd cantripping on his part to decide to keep the Force Spike and the Pierce when he's had multiple Brainstorm mills. That's fine. Now I get Pulse of Marasa. That gets me out of lethal range. Should have waited till I made my choice. I thought he might have something like that. I'm going to play the Ornament first. I want that Ornament on the table. Feeling pretty comfortable about this game right now, though. So I'm actually just going to grab the other Pulse here, I think. Yeah. And then just pass the turn. I will flashback the fog. I don't need to keep it on the table anymore. Actually, I'll chump block first, and then we'll see what he does. I'm okay with going down to 1 here. I will flash it back. If he counters it, I don't have to fight over it anymore because we survive right here. Which means I can start fighting over casting Mull Drifters and stuff. 4/5, Lorien revealed. Murmuring Mystic. Sure. I'm gonna make killing him later harder, but ultimately this is still fine. Play the Mull Drifter hard casted. That's awesome stuff. Play Bojuka Bog and pass the turn. So more than likely what I'm going to do is the attacks I will lead with Cast Down. I will work from there. Lorien Revealed we're definitely going to counter, so I'm going to tap my lands like this, and then unwind it. Guaranteed to win this fight with the Prohibit in hand. I'm going to untap Tower Island, I think. Yeah, Tower Island. And then draw a card of my ornament. I'm going to lead with Impulse in case I hit something like an Ephemerate, and then I'm going to hit him with the cast down afterwards. Ghostly Flicker versus Second Wall. Ghostly Flicker is better. This means I'm only taking 1 damage this turn. We kill the Gurmag Angler, and then we block the 2 terrors and flicker my blockers. And we still have a Prohibit left over. It's gonna snuff out my wall. I'm not gonna care. I mean, even if I could counter this, I think I let it happen because we have Pulsum Rasa in hand. Play out the ornaments. Grab the wall. Pick up Ghostly Flicker. Feeling very, very comfortable now. I'm just going to play you out. We're going to name White for when we draw Ephemerate. It's kind of easier to tap the single land. I haven't seen a single hard counter from him. He's probably on some number, right? There we go. Speak and the devil shall appear. I've got the answer. Do have to be worried about decking. I would like to find some more solid spells. Impulse is pretty solid. I'm still just going to flicker here though. I need card count still. You start impulsing when you need card selection. Oh good, they're just going to concede. Excellent. Pretty easy cuts there. The rest of the cuts are a little bit harder. Not the biggest Stonehorn fan. I think one Bonder's Ornament can come out. They're going to bring in a lot of Steel Sabotage type effects. I think one Mnemonic Wall can come out. Makes it a little bit easier to not get completely ran over by a Spell Bomb. This last cut is a little bit harder. I guess one Moment's Peace. Yeah, I like that. Pretty solid game one. Our opponent had a good draw. And they didn't have any hard counters, but ultimately it didn't really matter. They did have triple 5/5 on what was that, turn 4? That's spooky. Oh man. It's a 21 for the second land. It's like what, 240%ers? I'm good. See? This is better. Get rid of the Thriving Isle here. This is great. Actually, let's get rid of Power Plant. Or I would probably want to turn 3 evoke him. We name red in this matchup now. I mean, we do still have a couple green spells, but we've got a lot of blast in our deck, so this is awesome. This is why I wanted to cut the int, is to be able to do that. We will play into any potential pierces or anything. We just jam them out. It doesn't matter. If I had natural Tron in my hand, I would respect it, but because I don't, I just play into them. Ooh, I will lead on Ornament. Wow. Means this is safe too. It's a shuffle rather than a mill. That's nice. It slows him, means his hand's a bit slower. If they had a counterspell, they would have played it. This is probably Murmuring Mystic. No, 4-mana Terror. That's fine. If I can hit a Pyro here. Darn. We can tap it like this, and then still play Muldrifter. Solid stuff, because now even if I don't draw anything, I can draw an additional 2 cards. Oh, yeah, man. I think that might be one of the best feelings with this deck ever. Casting Muldrifter with Tron and drawing 2 more Muldrifters. That's awesome. I'm gonna let this 5/5 hit me, and I will... Nah, it's pretty free to block, actually. I do want one in my graveyard. I was considering maybe triple blocking, but that's just opening up to snuff out, and it just... Combat trickery like that is not worth it. Alright, Drifter 1. You have Counterspell? No? I will respect the on the play Force Spike. I think that's something very reasonable to do even against Tron when you're on the play. Alright. I'd say I'm in a pretty solid position here. I'm just gonna let this full attack hit me. It's gonna hurt, but what it lets me do is teachings for Ghostly Flicker next turn. I think the worst thing my opponent could do right now that I don't want to see is cast Lorien Revealed so I can set up for next turn's fight. Because whatever he does here doesn't really matter a whole lot. I mean, there's a world where it convinces me to tutor up Fog rather than Ghostly Flicker. Maybe he plays another 5/5 or 2. Spellbomb's fine. I don't care about it. I've got the... I'm gonna have cards off these double drifters, so I can just ignore it. I don't have to tutor up Ancient Grudge. It is Brainstorm locked right now. Deck has a million ways to clear it, though. That doesn't change anything. Let me get more red mana down. I'm just gonna pass. He's got 2 in hand. Big, chilling. Even if I lose this fight with the Ghostly Flicker, we're still okay. If I win the fight, the game just ends. So that's awesome. We have Prohibit back up. Snuff out? That one's okay. Double snuff out. That makes me a little sad. I think I'll fight over this one. Just because I have nothing in hand afterwards, so it's a little awkward. And if he has the answer, he's in top deck mode. Go down to 6. We're gonna force the spell bomb to be cracked. I'm just gonna slam the mnemonic wall. Actually, I do have teachings. Maybe he just cracks it now. Yeah. Which case I get to go impulse wall, grab impulse, depending on what I hit. I would love to hit a red blast. That would be really good. So I'll sorcery speed impulse to start with. Ooh, never mind. Let's see. I think I'm gonna just grab a red blast. Cast down. So red blast is nice because it is cheaper, but it gets hit by hydroblast. Whereas cast down, I think, is the nicer spell because I want to avoid that for now. I'm going to untap, do this, cast one of these down. If he has a counter spell, it's not the end of the world. Because I've got another wall. We'll grab our cast down back. And pass the turn. Okay. Him having nothing there feels like it's probably our game. I mean, it's not quite over. I don't like doing this pre-combat. Like, there's a world where I do block a snacker. So it just guarantees he can't get it back this turn. I'm not, but... Actually, am I? No, that's stupid. I'm not. That's fine. Kind of has to crack it, otherwise he gets the flashback teachings, and that's pretty rough for him. Yeah. I'd crack it there too. So we're down 2 of, or 3 of 4 Mull Drifters. I gotta be a little conscious of that. Winning might get awkward. Pierce, yeah, it's fine. We draw 3 cards a turn if I want to. Let's tap it like this. Yeah. Prophetic Prism, Bojuka, Bog. I'm gonna go for the Prism. Moment's Peace is a consideration too, but I cast down this Terror here. I am kind of maybe I should have taken or cast down the Snacker. I don't know. Mildly in trouble here. Haven't seen a single red blast. I had the chance to tutor one, but one would be a really nice draw right now. Sure. That was extremely lucky for our opponent. Okay. Man, that sucks. I think what I was supposed to do is cast down the Snacker and then Cave of Temptations my wall. I think that, yeah, that would have been a much better line. I'd be sitting a little bit more comfortable. I guess I'd still be staring at lethal here, and you'd have a 5/5 though. Alright, let's start drawing cards. Oh no, it's all land. Double Sabotage. Yeah, I've got all lands in hand, unfortunately. That sucks. What went wrong in this game? I drew 0 of 4 Pyroblasts, so I couldn't fight over anything effectively. I think I got greedy with that Ghostly Flicker line on the double block turn. I think that's where it went wrong. I think I'm just supposed to chomp and then teachings, flashback teachings right there, and commit to the wall lock. Maybe that's better, I don't know. Or grab that fog that turn instead of the prism. I feel like I don't know. Yeah, fog was the grab there. I had double ornament on the table. Fog guarantees me 2 turns, or doesn't guarantee, but gives me likely 2 turns. Prism was just a stupid play. Goodness gracious. Can't keep those. This hand seems actually alright. Yeah. Tron. I swear, it's there. I guess I'm just a little rusty. I should have seen that fog line a lot clearer. If he goes for a mill 2, I might counter it, but Brainstorm I think I'm good on. Just because I want to use it aggressively. He wants to spend it on his upkeep. This way I can tap his mana and potentially get a compulsive research off. No. We're slamming it. If he has Pierce, he has Pierce. This is a really awkward draw. I do have double blast for any potential terrors. So right now we're mostly afraid of him getting some snacker value and Gurmag Angler. Hitting my land drop here is really, really nice. It lets me continue to go for like teachings and stuff. Probably let whatever resolve here. It's not worth fighting over. They're tanking. Given how long they've tanked, almost makes you want to Pyroblast if this is a Thought Scour. I'm so far from Tron, so I really want to use my resources aggressively so I can just tap and curve. Ultimately, I do have more value than they do, or should, I guess. So it favors me to 1-for-1 trade aggressively. Because this forces him to use it on his upkeep, and if this is like double snacker or something, it hurts his brainstorm a lot. Yeah, that's really nice. It's a pretty big difference. Means I don't cast teachings this turn, but that's probably fine. I would love to just top deck a land and play this Mnemonic Wall. We fight. If he has double, it's scary. Into Angler. It's fair. Alright, land off the top. Fuck. Casting this while he's tapped out. Unfortunately, I don't know what I'm grabbing here. I like the black mana to just grab a cast down, but I think I might still grab it. That, or it's like Prohibit or Pyro. I think it's still just a Pyro. That way, if I top deck an artifact, I think I just lost the game by not drawing the land, honestly. That's what it feels like. I think I just grab a Pyro. Because, like, resolving something here is what I have to do. I don't have the wall on the table, so it's developing it is going to be so much harder now. Yeah. This is why I went for Pyro. If I top deck this, it can open my hand up. I have to fight over it, too. Turns on all of these nulls. Did double a null? Sure freaking does. I think I could have won game 2. Not much I can do about this game. Gotta be Cave of Temptation, right? Yeah. This way I can top deck a Moment's Peace or just slam wall next turn, potentially block, more than likely get snuffed out. Or top deck a, what's it? Removal spell. The Tron deck, when it doesn't have mana superiority, is pretty mediocre. Pick your poison, man. Remove it, kill it, whatever. I mean, I guess I grab a Pyro. Unfortunate. We'll chalk that up as a loss to a misplay. That was a really hard. I don't know. I was greedy, I guess. I was thinking I wanted to fight on the stack and exchange resources, and then he double snuffed me out when I had a Prohibit in hand. Which in turn slowed down my impulse by a lot. I kicked the Prohibit and let him spellbomb my teachings in the graveyard. Oh, I still don't think that's that bad. I think forcing the issue on that spellbomb's fine. The Moment's Peace play was truly terrible, though. We definitely keep this. Turn 1 Swamp. Be a million things. Shambling Ghast. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what that's supposed to be. As awkward as it is, I almost want to play this Thriving Isle. Start casting impulses. Because, like, getting Tron doesn't do anything right now. I don't have a rock. Carrion Feeders. Is this some kind of random aggro deck? Yeah, it's just some kind of random aggro deck. And we've got Impulse. They did win the die roll, so aggro on that is kind of gross sometimes. I just need to find a fog. Sure. Can be pretty spooky. Okay. As he should. Set up these yields. Taking 7. And I might die next turn. I've got the impulse, I've got the map. I think I'm just gonna set up for an eventual fog lock. None of those cards help me find a fog faster. So if he has the kill here, he gets to win with the dice roll and me failing to find the fog, which is, I guess, something. I'm gonna impulse. I don't really need to crack this map here. That's fine, that doesn't kill. Alright, I think I survive another turn, which means it's another impulse here. It's one off, if I remember, did my math properly. It's 7, 10, 11, yeah. Oh no, he sacrifices the ghast here? Does that get it? Yeah, that gets it. Remember, folks, if you want to play aggro, win the die roll. Feels like this probably isn't too bad post-board. Definitely bringing the fogs. Probably don't need cast down. He's gonna have a bunch of spell bombs. Cut some of the random counter magic. Probably not worth Cannonade. I don't think I want something like Denrova Horror. I should be able to kill with just drifters. Got double weather, which I think is the worst of the fogs I could get, but it does also have Tower, Island, Impulse. Oh, I'm gonna keep. I'm expecting my opponent to have Duress and Spellbomb as additional interaction. Maybe access to Mesmeric Fiend. So it's a solid draw. Because he does have all these sack outlets instead of Duress, he just goes Mes Fiend. That's a solid draw. Gonna hit him with the ornament here though. He isn't really applying enough pressure. Because I'm on the play. I mean, feels nice. Getting an extra turn is awesome. Maybe there's a world he kills me with Bloodthrone Vampire, I don't know. Probably not, right? I'm at 19, it's turn 3. You'd hope not. That'd suck. Earth tanking. Just another 1-1 on death. Yeah. Or him might go for the Carrion Feeders. It's not lethal this turn. Oh, maybe I am just dead. Amber alert. One moment. Pretty far away. I think I'm dead in turn 3. No, not quite. Math is hard. What is that? 14 plus another 4? I'm at like 1? Jesus. Yeah, you can tap out for a Bonder's Ornament. You're at 19. No, that's exactly lethal on turn 3. He sacrifices his Carrion Feeder. Oh my god. I tap out for Ornament every time there. Maybe I'm just greedy. I refuse to respect that my opponent can kill me from 19 with 2 creatures on board. God. 0-2. I'm just gonna upload every single league I play, regardless of record. I'm playing for fun these days, so 0-2 isn't really all that tilting. That's one of I'm still amazed at the turn 3. Sure. You got me. I wonder how often they can do that. I'm gonna keep it, and it does have turn 3 ornament. I gotta say, my draws have been exceedingly fair. Uh-oh. Whew, okay. I was really afraid of a Spell Snare Pierce whatever. Or Horse Spike. Augur of Bolas in the year 2026. Grabbing Counterspell. Oh, I love it. He's gonna hold up Counterspell. I don't have Tron. We're playing Thriving Isle here. We still name green game 1. There's a world where I name white as well. Those are the main 2 colors. Is this because we're 0-2? Do we get to see the hot spice because we're in the losers bracket? Do leagues not even care about your record? I don't remember. He holds up Counterspell, will pass back if he taps low enough for slamming, Compulsive Research, or Ornament. Not sure which yet. Probably Ornament. That gives me mana superiority. Slowly. If he looks like a control deck. Oh, I thought I was about to get like Ninja of the Deep Hours or some crazy stuff here. The 1-drop one. That's still pretty crazy. Alright. With that draw, I'm definitely leaning more towards Compulsive because I can discard it. Yeah. Okay. We're doing okay. I mean, I've got Tron, we've got Muldrifter. He has the Moon Circuit Hacker, but whatever. He hasn't really stopped their development, thankfully. I think the ninjas are a lot scarier when they're still countering you on top of playing them. When they're just doing them, it's more about fighting the total amount of counter spells in their deck than in their hand. Which, if you are given time to develop, you should be able to fight through. I mean, sometimes you just never see Tron and you can't get the mana superiority to power through them, but... Augur of Bolas and a ninja deck even. That seems... loose. Different art augurs even. He's just slamming them blind too. This is crazy. I'll play out Prism here. I don't care if he counters it. I almost want him to. Play that counter spell. You know you want to. You see this Tron over here. I'm getting it next turn. Yeah! Clear the way for Muldrifter. It's mana efficient for him, so it's kind of like it's really, really hard not to want to go for that. And I don't know his full hand. It might still be worth it to go for it. Another ninja. He ninja'd his ninja. Misclick, I guess. Maybe he's doing it on purpose. It does give him a card. He doesn't have to discard, but he's gonna have to discard hand size anyways, more than likely here. There is black mana. Our opponent's on something special. If I lose this, I'm still going to upload the video, but I am going to end the league. Slam that ornament. If he counters it, I'm a little sad, but it does clear the way for a Muldrifter. Yeah. Figures. I'm going to hit him with the Impulse in response, because, yeah, hitting that's pretty nice. I know he has Dispel in hand. That's 2 of 4 counterspells down. We have a Moment's Peace in hand. There you go. Set up your Augur of Bolas. Oh. Thorn of the Black Rose. Doesn't even attack. Oh man, we're in for a treat. And then I'll probably impulse. Yeah. Ooh. Ujuka Bog is mildly tempting. These are all quite good, actually. I'm leaning most towards Dispel right now. Okay. Probably not going to block. I would like to fight over this Monarch. Or at least give the illusion that I want to. I've got Moment's Beast in hand, so if we steal it, we can just drown him. Very seer, sure. He's running all of these creatures, and he's blind augured and hit twice. That's crazy. I wish I had the guts to do that. I guess I've got the guts to play Bonder's Armament into a potential turn 3 lethal, so maybe I am as insane as my opponent. I will not be blocking. You can, whatever. Draw your 2, discard your 2, who cares? If I can force the fight over resources by an attack step rather than having to lead with a flicker, that's very good for me. Suffocating Fumes, Fairies, Seer. Okay. With your 2 Moon Circuits. Love that. What could possibly be in your hand that's better than Dispel? Cast Down, okay. I'm gonna use my Cast Down. Cool. Cool. Pass the turn. That's a great draw. I'm gonna do this on his upkeep. You wanna fight? Yeah, you do. I wanna fight back. I'm at the stage where I just want to use this stuff as aggressively as I can. That's fair. We're not dead. I've got the flashback. I've got a Stonehorn. Going to 2 does mildly suck. It's not the end of the world. If our opponent had attacked all that turn instead of passing, they get to win. What a pretty weird draw. What a weird deck. I'm struggling to predict their play pattern. When I should just know. I think they're just blue-black fairies with like random augurs. Probably only on the 8 fairies. No sneaky stackers. Wonder if he's on anglers or not. That's a very good draw. Okay. I'm going to attack for 2 in the air. Gonna double block? Yeah, you are. I'm gonna let that happen. land the Stonehorn. Counterspell number 3. Ooh, nice. Now we can start drawing with Ornament. Sure. Unfortunately, he does have the Monarch, but is what it is. Snuff out, makes sense. I'll fight. Doesn't really matter. Alright. Get more? No? Ooh. Alright. I guess I should have targeted my Bonder's Armor. That was a misplay. I was thinking if he had counterspell, tapping it or targeting it might be awkward. I don't know if I want a crop rotation here. I'm quite happy with my lands, actually. Alright, Mystical Teachings, Mulldrifter, Mnemonic Wall. Or Bonder's Ornaments are cool too. Sure. That sucks. I'm at the point where I gotta fog every turn anyways. I'm just gonna get my big mana going. Do this now too. We have one more combat that he has to skip. There we go. I'm still gonna Sorcery Speed draw here. Alright. I was a little worried for a little bit there. I thought I might lose this game because I didn't hit my good cards in time. Against decks that run counterspells, Mystical Teachings is as good as it gets because you can't counterspell it. I get 4 instants out of my deck. If you double counter it, I guess you get me, but even then I'm still pretty happy. Alright, grab Mystical Teachings. Cast Mystical Teachings. Grab Prohibit. Flashback Mystical Teachings. Grab Pulse of Marasa. That's a really odd line to take. I'll go for the Ghostly Flicker. Happily fighting here. Doesn't matter if I even win. Like, we've got the Flashback Moments piece, all that nice stuff, sure. Now if he has an additional counter after this, it gets awkward. But up to this point, actually we can just Moments piece this Stonehorn and draw with Ponder's Ornament. Oh. Mild misplay. Not that big of a deal though. So draw off Ornament. Play Ornament. Stonehorn. So he's at 3 out of 4 counter spells down, or is it all 4? Counting's hard. 1, 2, 3. He has 1, 2, I think, down. I thought there was 1 in the graveyard. I swore I traded with 1 earlier. I'm just blind, I guess. Yeah, 2 down. Sure. That's a great draw. I'm just gonna pass the turn and upkeep. We're resolving a Moment's Peace. Let's see, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I technically don't die, but I'd like to fog. I don't wanna. He has more ninjas, he could just return that spell stutter sprite, and that's pretty awkward. Alright, now we get to Bonner's Ornament. And this is why it's so great, because matchups like this, you can just fog and be chill. Yeah, he's going for the ninjas here. I mean, I might as well just block an Augur. Actually, you can have an Augur. If that's what you want to do, ninja it up. That's probably the favorite one I want. You should ninja an Augur. Do it. I dare you. He's on deep hours too? Crazy. Alright, so he's got a spell stutter sprite in hand. Pretty annoying. I'm on the Deckham game plan, by the way. Now it's mildly concerning. We'll see how this goes. I have yet to hit a single mnemonic wall. There are 3 in our deck. Go green. That's fine. Expected. Okay. What a bizarre game. What a bizarre deck from our opponent. It's a very old deck. He's still on Aqueduct and stuff too. What a blast from the past. This Monarch's been pretty good. That's fine. I'm surprised you'd go for that when I'm still digging for wall. Oh my god. Where? Where? Am I gonna lose this game? Order matters at this stage of the game. I'm gonna play Prism, get most info possible. There we go. Okay, okay. Wall first, grab Pulse of Marasa. You can say always yes to it now, I've been told. Wall again. Grab Ghostly Flicker. Okay, okay, we've won. We have won. I can just deck my opponent. Grab Moment's Peace. Oh, that is so nice. Okay. Ghostly Flicker. This is going to be the last one I grab. Grab a counter magic, like Dispel or Prohibit or something. Probably Dispel, right? No, Prohibit because he has Spell Stutter Sprites. And then pass the turn, upkeep Fog. Cool. Grab it back real quick. So let's grab Dispel real quick. He's out of spells. I feel very, very comfortable winning from here. At some point I will probably Compulsive him. I want to get my maximum counter magic though. Cool. It only took me until the bottom 12 cards of my deck or something to find Mnemonic Wall. Goodness gracious, man. We're going to cause him to skip 5 combats and then we win the game by default. I guess I can do this on his upkeep. But it doesn't matter. I've got Prohibit, Dispel, Flicker. It's whatever. Two. Three. Four. And 5. Cool. GG. Once I untap, I'm going to start compulsive researching him. That doesn't seem proper. They have one more combat step left to skip. I just looked at it like 4 times. I'm just going to cast the wall, grab the compulsive this turn. I'm not going to cast it. I just saw something really strange in the UI, and I want to make sure this is working properly. So I can fog him if it gets awkward. Because it should just stack, right? The rules didn't change, did they? Yeah, I think it's just a UI error. Okay. Spooked me for a second. Gonna fight over it? Yeah, you are. Have to. It doesn't matter if you do. There's another Flicker somewhere in our deck as well, but I don't care if I lose this fight. He's dead anyways. Snuff out, okay. Do you have Snuff out too? No. Cool. Does it again? This is why I set up the Stonehorn first. There you go. Alright, game 1 I think is the hardest game by quite a bit for us. Get those, get you, cut you, cut you, cut you. I think some number of fog is still good. I think Stonehorn's actively better than Moment's Peace more often than not, so I think I'll go 2-1, something like that. And then they're the more controlling build. I almost want a De Nova Horror. I am worried about decking if I steal the Monarch. Not sure how I want to board beyond this. I still gotta cut 2 more cards. Map Impulse. Is that crazy? Probably fine. Maybe I cut Bojuka Bog, actually, I don't know. Keep a Map M. Or is it I'd want Bog over Map is to ensure I hit my first 2 or 3 land drops. Would you look at that? That's a mulligan. We can ask for better. It's not really better. Yeah. But we keep it. That's a good draw. If our opponent casts or just goes Island Go, we're just gonna hit him with the Island Go back and Impulse on his turn. But ideally he taps low so I can get this Prism developed and guarantee I have it. Ooh, we're slamming Prism. If he has a null, he has a null. More than likely he's got a 1-drop Ninja. Never mind. Yeah, we're slamming it. Make them have it. They have it. Pretty expected. So the black man is for Thorn of the Black Rose and Snuff Out. I didn't see a single Gurmag. No Ninja here. Okay. I'm just gonna Impulse. Hesitant to want to Impulse here. He plays Spellster Sprite, and then what do? He's Murmuring Mystic. That's okay. Tron here would be insane. Oh boy, what do I grab? These are all pretty awesome. I think I grabbed Compulsive Research because that gets me the closest to Tron. It's either Compulsive or no, it's Ornament because I want the red mana in case I hit Pyros. And this guarantees I can cast a Muldrifter potentially with Dispel backup next turn. As the body matters in this matchup, I don't want to just evoke it. If he leaves all 4 mana up, I probably slam Stonehorn, and if he counters it, I let it happen. Never mind. We're just slamming Muldrifter, and I'm not even fighting over it if he counters me. Because I'd rather draw a Bonder's Ornament. But we gotta eat through the counter spells eventually. I would like to draw Mystical Teachings at this point. I think that's one of my stronger draws. Push through his counters. Bojuka Bog. With the bounce land. That's cute. It's like I never left. It's still 2016. It's a good hit. Now this is awkward though. I'll pass the turn. I think I can draw off Ornament one more time. This fighting here doesn't feel good because I just lose to Spellsetter Sprite. Cycling here is odd. The land 5 really that, or land 6 that important? Ugh. Okay. Impulse, huh? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass the turn. I'm going to Pyroblast this turn. I might lead on Impulse actually. I will lead on Impulse, see what we hit. I just don't want to give him the birds yet. I want to wait if I can. See if I can't beta Spellstutter Sprite and fight over this and then untap and Stonehorn him. That doesn't change the math at all. That's actually kind of nice for me. Alright. Start with Impulse. That resolved pretty quickly. That's a great draw. Okay. I think I'm going to draw a card still. Cool. Alright, lead with ornament. I will protect it. Okay. Stonehorn. Dispel that. If he has an additional counter, we are dead. But I don't have a choice. Like, I can flicker for extra mana, but the problem is if he counters the flicker, it's the same result, and now I'm down a flicker. But this is a really solid position now. Okay. Because we can go draw a card. Check this out. It's hot tech. Ghostly flicker my Bonder's Ornament. And my Stonehorn. Get Snuff out here. We still have Moment's Peace left over. You just got me good. You had double counter? Shit! Now I'm dead! How did he have double counter there? I guess he had counterspell last turn and he top deck Spell Stutter Sprite? That's the only way, right? I guess it didn't matter what I did then. Because double counter stops me no matter what, right? I guess if I fog. I wanted to do it before he drew. I wanted to draw on my turn and get better informed decision. Double counter! What are the odds? Alright, he got me. Another really awkward hand, but I'm gonna keep it. It's got Impulse. We're on the play this game, which is pretty huge. I'm going to Sorcery Speed this Impulse. I really need a third land. Okay. I don't want to risk getting it countered by some random crap. On it on the double tap land. We're going to see if he has an Annul or not. Never mind. We can respect it. It's a pretty nice draw. Double tap land from our opponents is kind of nice for us. We're slamming these ornaments. If he hits me with a null, I let it happen. If it's a 2-mana counter, I pyro it. We've got triple ornament draw, so I can just play it slower. I don't need all of them to resolve. I don't want to get hit by a sprite. Because there it is. He probably has Ninja, so I'm going to counter this very aggressively. I don't want the Ninja hitting the table right now. Relic is not that big of a deal right now. That doesn't change anything for me. I'm just keep slamming ornaments. Cool. What is this? What could you... That's... I don't agree with that. If you're not going to counter the ornament, you don't counter the Prophetic Prism. That's such a bizarre line. So I can either start drawing off ornament, or I can play the second ornament, which gives me access to nothing different. I'm going to start drawing off ornament. Opponent has a ninja in hand. I don't really care about the relic. It's kind of annoying if I top deck a wall specifically. It shuts down my pulse, but ultimately we've got teachings in hand. I'm pretty sure I sideboarded in an Ancient Grudge. Your opponent has no pressure. I just want to draw cards. Hard cast ninja? Thorn of the Black Rose. That's better. Sucks for me. I'm gonna just keep drawing cards. There we go. All right. So I want to be able to cast teachings plus flash it back in a turn if I can. I've got my own monarch assembled. He has very little pressure. Lead with this. Discard a land. Play a land. Play... Don't play the ornament because I can draw 2 here. Actually, I can also teachings, flashback teachings. That might be the play. Grab teachings and Ancient Grudge, blow up your relic, and then work from there. That's fine. I want to hit my land drop, so maybe I do just ornament. ×2. No, it's teachings. No, land drop here kind of sucks, and that's why I was considering going for the ornament, but ultimately it's fine. I think I'm going to act on his end step. You have a ninja? It's the read I got earlier. Guess not. Maybe he just doesn't want to use it. Do this here. I'm gonna let this resolve and then flash it back, I think. Sprite number 3 would suck massively if I went for the cannonade there. Okay. I want lands. Alright, let's start with Mold Drifter. Stonehorn, and then a land drop. Cool. Sure. My opponent's probably going to time out before I can kill him. These blind augurs are crazy. Has he whiffed yet? I guess he whiffed on the one when he had 14 cards in his library, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he just decided to not take a card. I'm gonna start casting Teachings rather than drawing off Ornament now. Grab a pile of counter magic. Love me some Pyroblasts. Cast down. Okay, I don't care. Still win the fight if you go for this. Cool. Don't really want to attack in the double fairy when I have Cannonade. I could potentially grow it with a land later. Our opponent's going to time out, but this game is pretty solidly in our control now. Okay. Sure. Whatever. You want to sprite me? Guess not. Sure. Use my most awkward counter. I think I just passed the turn. I don't want to play Stonehorn here. Like, we're just sitting so cozy. You can attack me, whatever. What do you even attack with? Thorn? Sure. You gonna ninja it? No? Alright, I take 1 damage. Murmuring Mystic. I don't care. I guess Teachings for Ghostly Flicker is the better line there, but... Sure, dog. You know I have Pulse in hand. It's whatever. Killing Wall when it's not in response to a Flicker does absolutely nothing if the Tron player has Pulse. Our opponent showed a pretty clear lack of understanding on how it works. Loop it all back. Gotta remember to hit always yes on these now. Years of muscle memory and just pressing the yes myself. And I guess I'm technically tapped out here, but whatever. I don't care. My opponent has no pressure. I'm at 39. I'm gonna Red Blast this Murmuring Mystic even though I don't care if it gets countered or not. I just want to play my spells because I gotta discard to hand size. I'm gonna discard probably Impulse actually, yeah. He's on 44 seconds. Like I said, I can definitely win this game if I had to, but without any real reason to, I guess. I can't kill him before he also times out. Sure, dog. Hack away. There we go. Man, turn 3, 3-minute match. Oh my god. Saw 6 turns that match in Pauper. Can you imagine that? Playing 6 turns in a match? In Pauper of all formats? I swear Tron's good, bros. I swear, me 3-2ing every league is its actual power level. I swear it's good. Trust me, bro. I swear. The blue-black match is pretty good. I could have won it, so. And even though I did lose it, it's good practice for me. I'm pretty rusty. It's good magic. Yeah, you keep these. So with the decks I'm facing lately, it makes me wonder if like playing eggs is actually worthwhile or not right now. I do enjoy eggs quite a lot. It's a very fun deck. What the heck am I gonna be playing here? Ooh. Natural Tron. Something tells me Stonehorn Dignitary does nothing here. Infect. Oh man. Am I gonna die on turn 3? Am I gonna go Prophetic Prism and die? I feel like if I untap, this game is free though. Alright, so he's got 4 damage here, and he's got a lot of mana. Am I gonna die on turn 3? I'm so scared. Is this only upkeep or is this whenever? Okay, so I'm not dead. That guarantees that, thank goodness. So we're gonna play Stonehorn first. This way I can have access to a little bit more leeway. He just concedes. Fair. Okay. Infect. Cannonade. Stonehorn. Get this life gain out of here. Get this life gain out of here. I don't think crop rotation's worth it. The first one's probably fine though. Denova Horror might be okay. Get Unwind out of here. Get Prohibit for Ancient Grudge. Maybe Dispel for Prohibit. Do I want Double Grudge? They've got Ichor Claw Mirrors. They might have Relic of Progenitus. I'd rather Unfiery Cannonade. Has no fog, but Cast Down might actually be really great here, depending on their draw. And it does have the ornament, it does have the wall as well, so I feel like I'm likely to draw a fog. I don't know. Maybe this hand's stupid to keep. That's a great draw. Who needs Tron lands? Not this guy. I probably need Tron lands. Rancor, sure. Double Rancor, ow. I will kill it. That's his only infected creature. This is why you keep this kind of hand. Alright. Make him have it. Guys, we lose. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. That was a turn 3 kill if I didn't have the cast down. Why am I playing it so many insanely fast aggro decks, man? What's going on? On to play this game. Has Tron, lacks colors, snap keep. We draw to 8 artifacts, plus 3 map, plus 5 lands. I also have this Muldrifter. Something tells me this Infect deck is fast enough. If I have to evoke Muldrifter, I just fucking die. No 1-drop is huge. Ooh, okay. That is a massive draw, because now I can counter his first creature, and that guarantees I buy time to evoke Muldrifter. Yeah, get him. Uh-oh. Might still die. Oh, man. This sucks. Let's go. No. Oh, man. This sucks. One and 3. Two hyper fast aggro decks. Capable of killing on turn 3. How many outs do we actually have? Let's see. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16. With 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll count these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 16 fantastic draws. 9 redraws. We got to see. We're on the play. Let's say he killed us turn 5, so we'll go by, yeah, turn 4. We have to have had it in our hand. So that is turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, draw step, 3 cards, Muldrifter evoke, 5 cards. 5 cards to see a 25 of. That's a no-brainer. In this case, me not being on Generous End didn't really matter because I didn't draw any of the cards that Generous End would have been. Impulse and Expedition map there, which is what it replaced, would have been equally good. So I can't say I'm that worried about that. That was just natural fail rate, I guess. Getting a little unlucky. Game 2 against the Infect, maybe I shouldn't keep. I think I keep that hand though. Like, it had the ornament, it had the interaction to potentially buy time. beat this. It's got turn 4 Tron. Potentially turn 3 Tron. Means I can turn 2 Impulse. Wow, natty. I'm still gonna Impulse. Cool. It's going to be hard to find time to play this. I might actually bait him with this expedition map, see if I can't get him to sprite it. And then just go Urza's Mine and Prophetic Prism. Damn. I think I still slam it. Whatever. Make him have it. Counterspell. Okay, that was worthwhile then. Ninja me. Yep. Is this deck still like popular? I thought it would have for sure been phased out by now. I'm in a mild amount of trouble just because our color situation is pretty dicey. I think I'm going to Teachings for Teachings here. Actually, yeah, Teachings for Teachings, and then grab the Teachings for Impulse. No. Sorry, I'm very indecisive, apparently. We can get it on the flashback next turn. Cave of Temptation. Kind of want to hold off on the second map for now. I don't know if I want another tower or another land. Main deck Relic? Excuse me? Yeah. Wow. Main deck Relic. Can't even cast this Teachings now, because if he just cracks Relic, I get screwed, and I lose both. That's... oh my goodness, I'm getting wrecked. I'm also not drawing anything. He is down 2 counter spells, which is pretty nice for us. Let's see. There's a bunch of things I can grab. I think ultimately I'm just going to grab counter magic. And try to push through a Mole Drifter or something if I top deck one. I like that crack a lot. He has double sprite here, we probably lose this game. That's counterspell 3. I know I can technically wait, but clock and all that stuff, that's a fantastic draw. Okay. He's down 3 counter spells. If he hits another fairy here, it feels pretty bad to have the Stonehorn, but if he doesn't, then it feels pretty great. Thorn of the Black Rose, probably. But we've answered a lot of his important cards. Down 3 counter spells, down 1 spell, Stutter Sprite. We're gonna lead on Stonehorn. Counterspell number 4? That's crazy. Alright, you got me. Gift Pierce. Okay. This is why I waited, because there's a world where I hit Impulse. He might be able to kill me. I am at 6, so like double ninja or something, and I'm dead. Okay. Thorn. Admiral. We're gonna evoke Muldrifters, then blocking doesn't matter anymore now. I guess I hardcast the first one in case I hit Flicker. He has 0 counterspells, so they are going to resolve. Prohibit Dispel. No, none of that matters. Impulse. Okay. We can play Magic. Cast down. Okay. I need to think. So, Fog. I think Fog, Flashback, Fog is my best scenario here. So I'm just going to go land and pass. Get Sprite number 3 and 4 on top of quad counterspell already, then I guess I lose. Cast down here. That's definitely fine. Considering I was possibly thinking of evoking it there, that's a great sign for me. Cool. That's huge. Draw a card. That's also quite nice. Lead on Prophetic Prism. Don't know why it just tried to play my wall. Go wall. Grab. I'm thinking Prohibit. Cast Muldrifter. Upkeep, I'm gonna fight. That's fine. I don't care. I'm going to lead on Ephemerate. Wow. Just resolves. Okay. We're on the Deckham game plan with the Monarch at this point. That's a pretty great top deck. Blind Augur once again in the creature deck. Hits. Suffocating Fumes in the Fairies deck. Is there some big like streamer or player playing something like this? Like what's going on with it? Why is it so popular? That's a fantastic draw. This should be able to stabilize me then. Okay, grab Dispel. Ghostly Flicker. I'm just gonna start removing his dudes. And then I'll upkeep Fog. Sure. Still on the Deckham game plan. There it is, the miss, finally. I can just do it on his turn, I don't care. Pass the turn, whatever. Hitting Pulse of Marasso would be extremely nice. That's kind of the last piece I'm missing. Unexpected Fangs, sure. Whatever you want, dog. Do this. Into this. We're gonna fight. You knew I had all those. If you can't win it, why fight? I want to remove his board. Unfortunately, he's got a lot of cards left in his deck still, so the decking is going to be a little slow. We're playing out the 12 turns. Sure, dog. Sure, dog. I'm not even going to fog anymore. I'm just going to cast down twice, I think. Should speed things up a lot for me. Just kill everything he plays rather than having to fog every turn. Sure. Sure. Draw more cards. I'm here for the long call. Sure. Blind Augur. Only top bottom with Preordain, so it's blind. Snuff out, sure. Double Relic main deck is insane. That resolves. That's fine. Get the Prohibit, counter the Relic, and then I've got Ephemerate on untap. Got a 1. Didn't even attack. Cool. I'm gonna start drawing cards with these ornaments though. Play that out, and then we can wait a turn. My only sadness right now is that you can ninja the spell stutter sprite. Sure. I actually got somewhere with that though. Relic double snuff spell stutter, huh? Why does it not pop out automatically anymore? I missed that. Mostly because I still have not hit Pulse of Marasa or my third wall. We're gonna grab Ghostly Flicker at this point. There we go. That's a nice spell to have. I don't deck before him, so all this is still fine. Okay, we can game now. Alright. I'm gonna pass the turn and do this on his upkeep after fogging. Flashback fog. Sure, I don't care. I don't care. Get back Mnemonic Wall. Took long enough. Ooh, he has the ninja. That's fine. Sure. Of all the things you can spell stutter sprite, you choose that. I don't think I fight it. Wall. Grab. Dispel. Ornament. Pass the turn. Fog from yard. Surely this is GG now, right? Sure. I just don't care. Like, I can just fight through all of this. I'm gonna go for the kill here. Yeah, I mean, beating up blue-black players, sure, I guess. Kind of sad about this league. I feel like it could have been a lot better. Cut crop rotation, weather the storm, 1 moment's peace, bring in another stony. I'm a little bit more like, maybe I want cast down if he's on the Admiral. Oh, 4 cards cuts a lot. Cast down. I, for the life of me, do not remember what the heck I cut last time. Probably an ornament, right? And then a wall. I still need a grudge for those relics. Go down to 1 moment's peace. And an impulse. Sounds about right. Double main deck relic, huh? No way we ever keep this. Sure, get rid of flicker. Not the best, but it's acceptable. Maybe I should cut the bog game 2 and 3. Going to 21 lands is pretty spooky though. I already mull a lot for 1-landers. We've got impulse, I can pass pretty reasonably. Spell Bomb and Relic, huh? Pretty annoying. I think he's got enough and enough like weird stuff that this might actually end up being kind of good for him. We'll find out. I'll fight over this. He fights. Pretty important. Pulse is not what I want to be drawing when my opponent has Nihil Spell Bomb on the table. He might go turn 4 Relic, turn 4 Monarch here. Probably his strongest play. It's just a Relic, that's fine. Sure. I'm just gonna cast Mull Drifters, bud. And he resolves? That's awesome. Love that. I'm gonna remove it. Cool. I feel very safe right now. He's got 2 cards in hand. Like, casting Mull Drifter feels good. Ah, that should have been a bog. Oh well. Chainer's Edict. Yeah, right. If he goes for a ninja, we'll Pyroblast it. No ninja, no pyro though. Get him. Value from Bojuka Bog. Just gonna keep casting my cards. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Yeah. Alright, League ended 2-3. Quick review here. Let me open up the games again. I think ultimately This match against Barrow, we could have won. We misplayed personally. Blue-black matchup with the better blue-black deck. I don't think that Ninja deck is all that great. The Snacker deck, I felt a lot more pressured. I could have won game 2. Game 3, I don't know if I could have won. Maybe, but game 2, I definitely could have and should have won. Aggro deck. Game 1, they won the die roll. I just died. Nothing I could do. I got 3 turns I played. Game 2, I might have been able to win. They played turn 1, 1-1, sack guy. Turn 2, sack guy, and then they just killed me on turn 3. I thought I was safe. I thought I could play a relic on turn 3 and pass, so it'd let me have up fog and a impulse next turn, compared to just having to fog. I thought I was safe at 19 life with them having 2 1-1s on the board. I was wrong. Blue-black ninja deck. Kind of grindy. Usually I feel favored. I mean, sometimes it can sneak out from you. But especially with Bonder's Ornament, it just ridiculously favored. Infect, another insanely fast aggro deck, the kind that can kill you on turn 4 and doesn't really do great against interactive matchups, but we're not one of those, so they're great against us. Shocked I ran into 2 in the same league. I feel like they're a pretty rare deck. Game 3 we lost 2 mana base is worth considering. I think we got unlucky though. I don't think it's something that I built my mana base wrong for. And then ninjas. If I would make changes to the deck... No. I actually kind of like where the deck's at. Maybe there's a world where I go 4 moments piece instead of the Stonehorn. But I kind of like the Stonehorn a lot. The body's nice. I like respecting Flaring Pain a tiny bit, but being able to flicker the body and having it be a lightning rod and all this other stuff, I value the body. Sideboard. I don't know, all my losses felt like reasonable losses. They were kind of close games. I could have won them, I could have lost them. Feels like variance wasn't on my side. I didn't have that many great hands. I think the deck's in a fine spot. I think my luck is about what it used to be. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna try and make my next video a challenge. I think there's one tomorrow. I should be free for it. I do have the day off right now, so I'll try and upload a challenge tomorrow. More than likely gonna play Tron. There is a world where maybe I play like Tron or something. I do like Tron a lot. It is a strong deck. I am very comfortable with it. Sideboard's not even complete. I don't know though. I feel like I need more practice with a Control Tron. I don't know. I'm a little out of practice. That game 1 against Blue-Black is still playing in my head. I'll think on it. I'll play a Tron deck tomorrow, that's for sure. Why even play Pauper if you're not playing Tron, you know? Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.